And thank you so much for joining us for this evening's performance at the Millennium Stage. Tonight we present Yoga for All featuring instructor Jess Pierno. We also have a special guest tonight brought to you by the Next Gen Friends. Next Gen Friends are friends of the Kennedy Center volunteers ages 35 and under who support the arts and promote Kennedy Center performances to Gen X and millennial populations in the Washington, D.C. area. Come visit our table after the performance and talk to a Next Gen friend about volunteering at the Kennedy Center. One more reminder, during the performance tonight, we do not encourage and actually actively discourage any photo or video. Let's make this a comfortable space. Now, please welcome to the stage, Jess Pierno.
Hello. Wow, look at you all out there. Thank you so much for coming out this evening. Maybe trying something new, maybe it's something you do every day. Either way, we're gonna just all enjoy ourselves and breathe and move a little bit tonight. Before we get started, many of you gave us your name to put in a prize drawing. We're going to draw some prizes right away. So my assistant, Heather, is going to come out and introduce herself, and then we'll go ahead and draw winners.
Hi, guys. Thank you all for coming out tonight. My name is Heather, the founder of a group called With Love DC. With Love DC is a movement that wants to spread love and joy and acceptance in our city. One of the ways we do that is promoting free yoga in beautiful spaces. So this is definitely free yoga in a really beautiful space. So we were really excited to have Jess invite us to come and be a part of this evening with you all. We have a lot of wonderful events to get people trying new things and having fun, like grown-up recess and silent dance parties. So if you want to know more, you can go to withlovedc.com, and I hope to see you around the city spreading love. And without further ado, we'll pick some prizes.
Let's spread some love. So the winner of our Manduka Ecolite mat is Alyssa Imprevento. Yes? Yay! You can come grab it after class. I won't make you embarrass yourself walking up front. And the winner of a free 30-day membership at Yoga Heights is Jessica Hamke. Yes?
Jessica!
Are you here? Yay! Way in the back. And that means you can hear us back there, too. Good. All right, so just stop by the table afterwards. Everybody else, we would love to see you at Yoga Heights to do some more yoga after this event. We're in Columbia Heights and Petworth. You can all take a postcard with you that's worth 1 week of free classes, unlimited. You can come in and take every class you want all week long whenever you want to start that. So with that, let's do some yoga. Oh, I have one other awesome assistant in the crowd. Olympia, raise your hand and wave. There she is in the gray Yoga Heights shirt. Olympia is one of the fabulous teachers at Yoga Heights. She will be moving around throughout the crowd today, assisting, keeping you safe, making sure you're enjoying yourself and enjoying the poses that you're in. If you prefer, she just leaves you alone. Just let her know. It's okay. There's a lot of you, so she's not going to remember if you raise your hand right now, but as she comes around, you can just tell her to go away. Also up here on stage, we have 4 amazing demonstrators. They are teachers and students at Yoga Heights. One is even soon to become a yoga teacher because he's taking our yoga teacher training. If you're interested in that, let me know. We can chat. And they're up here to just help make this experience easy to understand. The goal is you don't need any experience. Just look around you. If that gets uncomfortable, just close your eyes and just breathe. With that, let's start the music. So we're going to start in a comfy seated position, whatever that means to you. The goal here is to let your spine rise up tall and start to settle into your mat. You can close your eyes or you can lower your gaze, whatever is comfortable for you. Start to let the breath flow in your nose and flow back out your nose. All of you over there in those chairs, you can be doing this too. Don't think you're off the hook. And just notice how you're feeling. How is your breath moving through your body today? Feel that breath traveling into your body, bringing in oxygen, filling up your lungs. And feel it traveling back out, taking with it any tension, any tightness, any stress. Normally, when we come to the Millennium Stage, we're here to be an observer, an audience member of a show. But tonight, you get to be the artist and the audience. As you move and as you breathe on your yoga mat, feel free to express yourself. But then at the same time, observe. Recognize those thoughts, those feelings as they come up, and simply recognize what's there for you tonight. Let's start breathing all together. We'll take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Breathe in, feel the breath stretching out your lungs, and breathe it back out. 3 more of those. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. As you finish this last breath, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Take a moment here to start your practice by setting your intention. This is not a to-do list. It is not about getting anything done. This is your moment to think about how do you want to feel? How do you want to show up? What qualities would you like to feel today? A great one when you're practicing with hundreds of yogi friends all around you might be energized. Once you have your intention set, let's seal that in with one more good breath all the way in, all the way out. And then blink your eyes open, reach your arms up, take a giant stretch to the sky. And as you exhale, stretch over to the side. Stay here, keep breathing, but start to turn your gaze up toward those beautiful chandeliers. Feel your chest open. Maybe each rib is getting a little more space. And then on an inhale, rise back up. And exhale, stretch the other way. Use your inhale to rise up nice and tall. And then take a twist. One arm goes back behind you, one arm across the front. Gaze over your shoulder. Sitting up a little taller on an inhale. Maybe find a little more twist on an exhale. Inhale your way right back to the center. Reach your fingers up tall to the ceiling. Exhale, gently twisting out the other way. Use your breath to come back to the middle. Rise up. On an exhale, drop your fingertips back behind you. Lift your heart up tall. Drop your head. Stretch your chest wide open. Your inhale will bring you right back up. And your exhale folds you forward. Let your head hang heavy. Let your shoulders drop. Take 3 of your biggest breaths yet. And as you inhale, rise back up. Let's do that one more time, a little faster, 1 breath per movement. Inhale, lift nice and tall. Exhale, stretch over to the side. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, stretch the other way. Inhale to rise. Exhale to twist. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhale, twist it out. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, drop your fingertips back, lift your heart. Inhale, rise up, reach tall. Exhale, fold forward. 3 more breaths here. Really let go. Let your shoulders drop. Let your head drop. Maybe wiggle your jaw and your face, your lips. Let everything relax. Then breathe your way back up, sitting up tall. And let's come over onto all fours. Plant your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. We'll start gently taking cat-cow. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round and tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, look up, let your belly drop. Make that U shape in your spine. And then exhale, round it out. Do this 3 more times, moving on your own with your breath. Really explore the possibility of where you can go on each side of that stretch. Then make your way back to a neutral spine. Take your gaze to the front edge of your mat so your neck is long. And then push the ground away a little bit. Puff up those shoulders. Get strong. Pull your belly button in and up toward your spine. Feel that middle body core muscle engagement. From here, take your right hand, reach it straight forward. Good. You guys look nice and strong. We're going to just go for it right away. Take your left foot, push it straight back behind you. Careful of your friends all around. Breathe here, holding strong. Get a little bit longer from fingers to toes. Keep that belly button to spine engagement. And then exhale, release your hand and foot down. Good, same thing other side. Left hand reaches forward, right foot presses back. Press through the ball of your foot and spark those fingertips. Nothing is on accident here. Every muscle is deliberately choosing where to go. One more breath to get a little bit longer. And relax on the exhale. Good. Take your right hand forward again. Left foot goes back. This time as you exhale, touch elbow to knee, chin to chest. And then inhale and stretch it back out nice and long. Do that 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reaching out. Good. Lower that side down. Take your left hand forward and your right foot presses back. 3 times, elbow to knee, chin to chest, curling in, and then reach back out. Looks beautiful. Lower that side down. A little bit of stretch, a little bit of coordination here. Take your right hand forward, left foot presses back. Then bend your knee, reach back there, see if you can find your foot. Some of you may find it. If you do, hold on to it. Kick into your hand, look up. Lift your chest, get wide across your collarbones. Feel stretches in every direction. And then on an exhale, let it go. Try it on the other side. Left hand goes forward, right foot presses back. Bend your knee, reach back there, find your foot. Use your breath to expand and get bigger. The exhale maybe gets a little softer. And then the inhale gets a little bit more stretched. And the exhale lets it go. Beautiful. Take a child's pose. Put your hips to your heels, your forehead down to the mat. This is your happy place, your resting pose. So as we move, we're going to move and we're going to work up a little bit of a sweat tonight. Know that you can always come back to this. If your brain starts telling you you need to stop, or if your body starts telling you you need to stop, just come here. Get your bearings as you breathe in child's pose. Let's take one more full inhale all the way in and all the way out. Now staying in child's pose, just stretch your arms long out in front of you. Spread your fingertips as wide apart as they'll go. Anytime your hands are on the ground in my yoga classes, I want those fingers spread wide apart like jazz hands. Maybe that makes sense to some people here. And then press your palms down hard into the ground. Smoosh down into that soft red carpet. Pull your shoulders down toward your hips so your arms are getting longer. And then with all of that intensity and muscle activation in your arm, come on up into down dog. Your down dog is an upside down V shape. We want to make sure your hands are about shoulder width apart, your feet are about hips width apart, so probably your hands are a little wider than your feet. And then go ahead and wiggle around a little bit. Bend your knees, shake your head, whatever helps you to sort of settle in. Eventually, we want your chest to fall back toward your thighs and your thighs to reach back toward the back of the mat. Your heels will start to touch down toward the ground, but if they don't touch, that's okay. They don't need to. They'll get there eventually. Let's take one more full breath in and a big exhale out. On an inhale, rock forward to a high push-up position, shoulders over wrists, heels are reaching back. This is where the muscles start to work. Feel those abs nice and strong. Push the ground away. And as you exhale, take your hips back, down dog. Good. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhale, rock forward to high plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, rock forward. Take the whole breath to get there. And then the whole exhale takes you back, down dog. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. 1 more. Big inhale. And big exhale. Beautiful. Look forward. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. Folding in half, hang loose. Your feet can have about hips width apart. Hold on to opposite elbows, bend your knees. Let your head hang heavy. This is a great place to check in with any stress that might have accumulated throughout your day. Wiggle out your jaw, wiggle your eyebrows. Maybe even take a big breath in your nose and then flutter out your lips like a horse. Spit all over your legs, that's okay. Do it again, breathe in. Relax. Beautiful. Release your hands down, tuck your chin to your chest. Very slowly come all the way up to standing. At the top, reach your fingers all the way up to this tall ceiling and exhale your hands to your heart. Take 1 breath all the way in and exhale it out. Good. Take a look at your feet. We want to make sure that the outside edges of your feet are parallel with the outside edges of your mat. Or you can make a choice and bring your big toes together to touch. Yogi's choice, whichever you prefer, but be mindful that they're not just accidentally hanging out somewhere. Your feet are where you told them to be. On an inhale, reach your arms up, look up, and then take your left hand, hold your right wrist. Pull that wrist up and over for a stretch through the side of your body. Good. Breathe there. Try to keep both hip points straight forward. Next inhale brings you back up. And then hold on to the other wrist. Pull it up and over. Take a stretch to the side. Good. Inhale to rise up tall. On an exhale, take a big swan dive all the way down. Hang here for a moment. Feel your lower back releasing. Maybe start to feel your hamstrings as your legs straighten. And then on an inhale, rise all the way back up to standing. Reach your fingers up to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do that again a little bit faster. Inhale, reach up. Grab your wrist, pull it up and over. Exhale to the side. Inhale and rise back up. Exhale, stretch the other way. Inhale to rise. Exhale, big swan dive down. Hang for a breath. Soften your lower back. And then use a full inhale to rise all the way up. Reach to the sky. And exhale your hands to your heart. Good. Things are starting to get warmed up. Muscles are warming. Heart is beating. I see Gregory sweating already. He's got lights on him, so that's not fair. All right, inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, dive forward all the way down. This time, lift halfway up as you press your hands into your shins. Try to flatten out your back. Olympia's going to make sure that back is really flat, like a tabletop. So maybe lift your shoulders a little higher. Maybe tilt your pelvis a little bit more so you really feel your hamstrings getting a good stretch in the back. Take 1 more breath. See if you can get longer from head to tail. And then exhale, fold forward. Press your palms down into the mat. Try to squish them flat down into the mat, so bend your knees as much as they need. Now, without lifting your hands up, step your feet back to your high push-up. Good. Shoulders stacked over wrists, strong abs, strong shoulders. On an exhale, lower your knees down. Then bend your elbows, lower your chest and your chin to the ground. Go ahead and stick your bottom way up in the air. That's what it's supposed to be doing. Then inhale, drop your hips down, lift your shoulders, baby cobra, just a gentle back bend. From here, press back to down dog. Let's take 3 breaths in this down dog, all the way in, all the way out. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale, look forward, bend your knees, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, reach your fingers to the sky. Exhale your hands to your heart. Good, let's move on. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, press those palms down, step your feet back, high push-up. If you have it in your practice, go ahead and lower to chaturanga, elbows in, or lower your knees, chest and chin down to the ground. And then as you inhale, lift your shoulders into your back bend, maybe a cobra, maybe a up dog. And then exhale your hips back, meeting in down dog, everybody there. 2 more breaths here, all the way in, all the way out. Inhale. Exhale, look forward, bend your knees, and as few steps as possible, come back to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold deep. Inhale, rise up, reach through your fingertips. Exhale your hands to your heart. Let's do 3 more. These are sun salutation A's. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, palms press down, step or float feet back, moving to your version, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, and then your inhale lifts your shoulders. Your exhale lifts your hips. Just 1 breath, all the way in, all the way out. And then look forward, bend your knees, step or float up to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, rise up, reach tall. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive. Flatten out. Press your palms down, step or float back, moving down to your low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Just 1 breath in and out. And then you'll look forward, step or float up to the top of your mat. Lift to your flat back. Fold at your hips, rise up, reaching tall, and bring your palms together. Let's do 1 together in silence. On your own, go for it. We'll meet back at the top of your mat, standing tall with your hands at your heart. And then go ahead and close your eyes or lower your gaze. Take a moment here. Check back in. What's changed? How's your breath? How's your body? How's your mind? If your mind has wandered away outside of this room, off of your mat, just bring it back, watching the inhales and the exhales. And then we're going to turn it up a little bit. So open up your eyes, bring your big toes together to touch. Your heels can have a bit of space in between them. Then sit down like you're sitting into a chair. Good. So super important here, you want to keep your energy lifted. Look up, don't look down. Keep breathing. Let that inhale fill you up with oxygen. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Maybe sit a little lower. Pull your navel in. And then on an exhale, fold forward. Inhale to lift halfway. Flatten out your back. Exhale, press your palms down. Step or float back. High to low. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. 1 breath. Getting organized here. Now take your right foot, step it in between your hands, and then before you go anywhere, pull your belly button in and up. Press your feet into the mat. And on an inhale, rise up. Good. Feel those hips getting a stretch. Back heel can stay lifted. We're in a nice lunge here. And then on an exhale, lower your back knee down. So we're going to work a little stretch into your hips. Instead of kneeling with your hips stacked over that back knee, drop your hips forward and down. And then as you inhale, look up. Your choice, you can play with as good as it feels, as much of a back bend as you want. Instead of thinking about going backward, though, think about getting taller in your spine. Maybe you start to press your palms together. 3 more breaths here. Make sure no stress has crept into your shoulders. Keep them relaxed and low. And then on an exhale, press your palms down around your front foot. Tuck those back toes under, lift your knee. Step back, go to down dog. Yogi's choice. If you want to flow through a chaturanga and an up dog, you're always welcome to. If you want to take your hips right back into down dog, that's your path. Meeting in down dog, we'll take a huge breath all the way in and all the way out. Step your left foot in between your hands. Get your feet organized, toes spread wide, nice rooted down through the ball of each foot. Belly button to spine, rise up, high lunge. Good. Don't forget about your fingertips up here. Can they reach a little taller? And can you take a little stress out of your shoulders? And then lower your back knee down. And we'll stretch those hips. Let your hips fall forward toward the front edge of your mat as your heart lifts up to the sky. Good. If you want, your choice here, you can take your hands down and clasp them together at your lower back. And then pull your chest open for that big stretch. If you've been sitting at a computer all day, this probably feels great. Exhale, press your palms down around your front foot. Tuck your back toes under, lift your knee. Make your way to down dog however you want to get there. Good. So in yoga, that's beautiful. There's so many ways to do things. There's always options. If you want to bump up the intensity, maybe you do a one-legged chaturanga. Or if you want to take it down, maybe you drop to your child's pose and you just breathe. Let's take one more breath all the way in, all the way out. Look forward, bend your knees, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold deep. Rise up, reach to the sky. Exhale your hands to your heart. Good. Bring your big toes together to touch again. Squeeze your knees and thighs together. Sit down into that chair pose. I won't leave you here for too long. Just keep breathing. Keep sparking those fingertips. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, press your palms down, step or float back, making your way to down dog in the same way that we've been building. Notice, are you moving with intention and breath? Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Step your right foot in between your hands again. Rise up into your high lunge. This time, back knee stays lifted. Breathe here. Notice the difference in your hips. Maybe they feel more stretched. Maybe not. That's okay. They don't have to. But settle in. Straighten that back leg even more. Even if you think it's straight, straighten it a little bit more. And then look up and find that big stretch through your chest. One more breath. And then press your palms down around your front foot. Go back to down dog. In down dog, take a breath all the way in and all the way out. Left foot steps in between your hands, rise into your high lunge, deliberately, strong and controlled. Breathe here. Remember, there's always the option to modify. Take a back knee down to the mat if you want to back off a little. What are your fingertips doing? Can they wake up a little bit more? Look up one last good stretch. And then press your palms down, go back to down dog. In your down dog, take a huge inhale through your nose. This time, let it out your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Sigh it out your mouth. Look forward, bend your knees. Step or float all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold deep. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's keep moving. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, press your palms down, step or float back. High to low, your choice. Finding your way to down dog, moving with breath. This time we'll move into a warrior one. So take your right foot and step it in between your hands. Spin your back heel down. Take a look at your feet. Are they on a tightrope? They don't need to be. Give them some space toward the wide edges of your mat. Then there's that navel to spine rising up, warrior one. Good, so feel the difference here between that little change from a high lunge to a warrior one. The back heel is spinning down on the mat this time. Creates a little more pull in your hips, a little more stretch. Can you turn your shoulders to point straight forward? Your hips to point straight forward? Can you straighten your arms through the elbows a little bit more? Nice. On an inhale, lift up taller. On an exhale, clasp your hands together at your lower back. Inhale, lift taller. Exhale, fold forward, humble warrior. Your hands can fall up and over your head, wringing out your shoulders. And you can stay deep down into your hips. Maybe some people might be resting their head all the way down on the ground. Maybe. Or maybe someday you will, when you come to a lot of yoga classes. Next, inhale, rise all the way up. Reach your fingers to the sky. On an exhale, press your hands down around your front foot. Go back to down dog, moving however you want to get there. Take a big inhale. Let it out your mouth. Inhale, cool, fresh oxygen. Exhale, heat. Left foot steps in between your hands. Spin your right heel down to the mat. Organize your feet first, then navel to spine, then rise up. Warrior one on the left side. Good. Hips and shoulders are pointing straight this way toward the stage. Can you soften anywhere? Can you relax into the pose, finding a little more enjoyment maybe instead of fighting your way through it? Can you soften your face and maybe smile even? Lift your heart up taller. Clasp your hands at your lower back. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, humble warrior, fold forward. Ring out that day. Ring out your shoulders. Drop your head heavy. Sink your hips down. And then inhale your way all the way back up to standing. On an exhale, press your palms down around your front foot. Go back to down dog, however you want to get there. From your down dog, lower your knees. Take a well-deserved child's pose. Knees can be close together or wide out to the edges of your mat. Hips rest toward your heels. Forehead rests on the ground. Let your arms stretch out. Let your breath come back to easy inhales, easy exhales. And then stretching your arms out long in front of you, press your palms down. Rise back up. Let's keep moving. Down dog. On an inhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Rise up into warrior one. You know right where you're going now, so reach up tall. And then exhale, open to warrior two. Hips and shoulders are now pointing over toward the theaters. Gaze is forward over your hand toward the stage. Make sure your front toes are pointing directly this way. Your back toes are pointing over toward the theater. And then maybe sink into your legs a little deeper. Keep your front knee stacked over your front ankle. Be careful about not letting it go too far forward. On an inhale, turn your right palm up to the sky. On an exhale, reach back, reversing your warrior. Big stretch for the side of your body. Inhale and rise back up to warrior two. On an exhale, rest your right arm on your right thigh and then take your left arm up to the sky and maybe over toward the stage this way, reaching through your fingers, getting that long stretch from pinky finger down to pinky toe. Are you still breathing? Can you open your chest up toward the ceiling? Look at those chandeliers. They're amazing. And then on an inhale, come back up to warrior two. Good. We're going to spin right into that high lunge we were in before. So just face forward, lift your back heel, and then press your palm down around your front foot. Go back to down dog, moving your choice of how to get there. Take a giant inhale and an even more giant exhale. Step your left foot in between your hands, rise up, warrior one, reach to the sky. Open to warrior two. Good. Check all of those same points. Look at your front foot, look at your back foot. Reach through your fingertips like someone's pulling you apart. Draw your belly button in and up, maybe tucking your tail under a little bit more. Then flip your left palm up to the sky. Exhale and reach back, reverse warrior. Stretch the side of your ribs. On an inhale, rise back up. And then take your left arm to your left thigh. Right arm reaches up and over for your side angle. Corkscrew your chest open to the ceiling as much as you can, feeling lots of twist, lots of rotation here. One more breath as you reach through your fingertips. And then inhale to rise back up. On an inhale, turn to face the front, find that high lunge. And then exhale, press your palms down around your front foot and move back to down dog. Remembering yogi's choice. Honor what your body needs right now. Take another inhale. Exhale out your mouth. One more time, inhale. Let out some heat. Look forward, bend your knees, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's flow through all of that again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, press your palms down, step or float your feet back. Moving through this vinyasa all the way to down dog. Arriving in down dog. On an inhale, step your right foot in between your hands, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, float open to warrior two. Inhale, flip your right palm up to the sky. Exhale, stretch it back. Inhale, rise right back up. And then exhale your side angle, reaching toward the stage. Inhale and rise up. Exhale, settle into your legs. Good. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, press your palms down. Move to down dog with your breath, with control. Nice and easy. Then step your left foot in between your hands, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, open, warrior two. Reverse your warrior, reach it back. And then rise it up, side angle the other way. Stretch out that body. Inhale to rise. Settle. And then high lunge, reach up, look up. Exhale, press your palms down. Move back to down dog. In your down dog, take one breath in your nose. Exhale, let it out your mouth. Look forward, bend your knees. Step or float up to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Reach your fingers up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Stand tall again. Close your eyes or lower your gaze. Check back in. What's changing? How's the breath? You are the observer, the audience, and the artist. Take one more breath all the way in and let it go. Let's slow it down a little bit. Step your feet hips width apart if they're not there already. You can always measure out exactly what that means in your body. Take your fists, put them next to each other, put them in between your feet. That's about hips width distance for you. From here, we're gonna just reach your arms straight up to the sky and then lift your heels. Balance here, trying to take that wobble out of your ankles. See if you can get all 10 toes to show up and do some work. And then see if you can take the stress out of it. Relax your shoulders. Easy breath, navel to spine. We're gonna hang here for 5 more breaths. If you want more challenge, just close your eyes. Good. You guys are either really good at balancing or nobody closed their eyes out there. Come on down, shake it out. Relax your wrists, relax your ankles, take a breath. Let's go for tree pose on each side. Step onto your left foot. Spread those toes nice and wide. Give yourself a really good base. Then hug your right knee up to your chest. Flex your right toes up to your face. Stand tall. From here, open your knee wide out to the side. Find your foot, and then you'll plant it into your tree pose at the thigh, calf, or ankle, and then press your palms together. Squeeze into the middle here. Press your palms hard together. Press your foot into your leg and your leg into your foot. That's the reason your foot can't be touching your knee, because I want you pushing so hard that you would actually hurt yourself if you were touching your knee. And then make sure you're still breathing. Make sure you're not using your face to keep you standing, right? Relax that. And then go ahead and take your arms up if you want. Play with any arm variations you like here. It's your chance to be a creative artist. Do whatever feels good. 3 more breaths here. And then just as gracefully as you went up, come back down. And shake it all out. Relax your wrists and your ankles. Take a breath. Step onto your right foot. Spread the right toes wide apart. Hug your left knee in and up to your chest. Open it wide to the side. Find your foot. Plant your tree. This side might seem a little more sturdy or maybe a little more wobbly. That's okay. Start by pressing everything into the middle, and when you're ready, if you want, you can play with your arms and just keep breathing. We're always looking for the balance between effort and ease in our pose. Where can you take a little bit of the work out? Where do you need to activate a little bit more? For 2 more breaths. Just enjoy stillness. And then let it go. So nice. Shake it out a little bit. Relax your wrists, relax your ankles. Let's work down to the ground. Step your feet out to the edges of your mat. Toes are going to point out, heels are in, palms pressed together. With a long, flat spine, slowly slide down into a squat. And when you get down here, if something is screaming at you, if your knees hurt, your hips hurt, just come down and kneel. No need to be in pain, right? Keeping a tall spine wherever you go. Maybe your elbows press wide across your knees. Maybe you take a little bit of like the troll shape out of it. Open your collarbones, open your shoulders. Breathe a little bit more. Then take your right hand down to the ground and your left hand up to the sky. Find a twist. Find some room in your rib cage. Breathe. Come back to the middle. Find that good tall alignment again. And then open up for a twist the other way. Very nice. Come back into the middle, and then it's everybody's favorite time, crow pose. So from right where you are, take your hands down in front of you, shoulder width apart, fingers spread wide apart. Look forward, keep a long neck and long spine. Press your knees to the backs of your arms. Maybe today this is as far as you go, and that's great. Maybe you start to rock the weight out of your toes into your hands, still looking forward, still breathing. Maybe today you lift one toe off the ground. Maybe you lift both. If both toes are lifting up off of the ground, bring them together, make them touch. Make sure you're still breathing and those elbows are pointing at the back edge of your mat. Wherever you are along the spectrum of learning this pose, remember we're just playing. This is just yoga. It's not something to get stressed about, right? So take a break when you need a break and then come back, try it again. We'll play with this for another 30 seconds or so. Lots of variations with this, lots of ways you can take it. Maybe the lesson in learning crow pose for you today is patience and knowing that it's not going to happen, but that's okay. And then from here, let's come down onto your seat. Take your legs out front, sit up nice and tall, reach your arms forward. We're going to get strong abs. Lift your shins parallel to the ground. If you want to take it up a notch, straighten your legs. If you want to take it down a notch, drop your fingertips. Give yourself a little bit of support. And then we're going to breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your feet, hug your knees in, wiggle out your lower back. Give it a break. We got to do at least one more round of that. So, your choice. Come right back up to where you left off. Stay there. Or exhale, lowering everything 1 inch off of the ground. Inhale, lift it right back up. And do that 4 more times. Yogi's choice. You work as hard as you want to work on your Monday night. And then when you're finished, lay it all the way down. Stretch your arms up over your head. Take a flop. We're working hard. You guys are strong. One more breath all the way in. And all the way out. Bend your knees. Press your feet into the ground. We'll do a little bit of back bending. Reach your fingertips down until they can touch your heels, setting up for bridge pose. From here, exhale all your air out. And as you inhale, lift your hips as high up toward the ceiling as you can. Good. Breathe here in your bridge pose. Knees stay about hips width apart. Maybe you scoot your shoulders underneath your body and clasp your hands together, and then press your forearms down into the mat. 3 more breaths. Keep lifting higher. Keep exploring the flexibility of the upper back from behind your heart, right between those shoulder blades. And then nice and easy, lower all the way down. Moving slowly and gently, press your lower back into the ground. Hug your knees in as much as it feels good. And then maybe rock it out side to side a little bit. Loosen things up. All right, yogis, we'll do this one more time. Your choice. You can do that same bridge pose or take it up a notch into a wheel pose. For your wheel, you'll bring your hands next to your ears and you'll press all the way up into a big arch. Listen to what your body wants. Go ahead, take your bridge or your wheel. Give yourself 5 honest, good breaths. And then when you finish those breaths, safely come back down. Slowly, gently, let everything back down to the mat. Press your tailbone down, hug your knees in and up. Rock it out. Good. So from here, we're going to get upside down a little bit more. Yogi's choice, how you get there. You can stay on your back and keep your tailbone on the ground and take your legs straight up to the ceiling. In fact, everybody do that. You're laying on your back, your legs are straight up to the sky. Press through your heels, straighten those legs out nice and strong. Good. So this is plenty, maybe even more than enough for you. If you want to take it up a notch, we'll go for shoulder stand. You can drop your feet over the top of your head, all the way to the back edge of your mat, and then bring your hands to your lower back, and keep your elbows scooched in nice and close together, then lift your feet up. Good. Try to touch the chandeliers with your toes. Keep getting taller and taller and taller. 5 breaths here. And then if your tailbone stayed on the ground, gently hug your knees into your chest. If you were up in that shoulder stand, drop your toes over your head back to the back of your mat like plow pose. If that feels great and your legs are straight and your toes touch the ground, you can bend your knees and cover your ears. Squeeze your ears a little bit. That's a great feeling, putting pressure onto your temples. And then we'll all meet back out on your back. Get there slowly. Be gentle with yourself. And then hug your knees into your chest again. This time we're going to catch a ride. Hold the backs of your thighs. Start to rock forward and back, up and down your spine until you come all the way up to seated. And then go ahead and cross your ankles. Come over onto your knees. All right, guys. This was a debate prior to starting this class. Should we do headstands or should we not do headstands? I think we should do headstands. You guys are really strong. You haven't flinched at anything I've thrown at you all day. I like what we're seeing. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to learn the baby steps to get to a headstand. That does not mean you need to be freaking out right now thinking, oh my gosh, she wants us in upside down on a headstand. What that means is that we're going to learn little by little how to get there. For some of you, those feet might go right up. This might be in your practice. You might think this is the best pose ever. For others of you, you might be saying to yourself right now, no, I'm good. And you might just take child's pose and stretch it out and find your breath and breathe. So wherever you are on that spectrum, make your choice. If you're sticking with us, here we go for a little headstand work. First step, clasp your hands together. From here, you'll press your elbows down into the mat. Make sure your elbows are directly under your shoulders. Really, really look at them. Squeeze them together. Probably they're going to want to open out wider than they should be, so squeeze them in a little extra. And now put the top of your head down on the mat. This may be as far as you want to go. If you want to go farther, tuck your toes under, send your hips high, just like you're going to down dog. And breathe here, feeling what it's like to be upside down. This is it. I mean, you're in a headstand. You're standing on your head. If you want to go farther, walk your toes a little closer to your face. Feel your elbows taking some weight. This is not all the weight of your body bearing down into your head. And then if you want, you can hug your knees into your chest, tucking into a nice little ball. And maybe some of you are ready, you're already there. Press your feet up to the ceiling. If you're going to tip over, maybe give a little shriek. Let your neighbors in front know you're coming. Do a somersault. Let's breathe wherever you are along this spectrum. Or remember, child's pose is your happy place. Looks awesome out there. Wherever you are, safely make your way back to a child's pose. forehead down, arms stretched out nice and long. Rock your forehead back and forth. Wiggle your neck and your jaw. Loosen things up. From here, just lift your chest. And then swing your hips around. Have a seat, legs out front. Guys, time flies. We are almost at the end of our class, and I want to make sure we get a beautiful Shavasana. So we're going to make our way down to our back. Reach your arms out long, roll your spine down, laying all the way onto your back. And then hug your right knee in and up to your chest, giving it a good squeeze. Your left thigh stays pressed down into the mat because we've stretched those hips. There's so much space in there now. And then on an exhale, cross your knee over your body, take a twist. Turn and look over at your new friend next to you by your right hand. Maybe if you're poking them, just bend your elbow so you don't. Then come back onto your back, hug your knee in and up to your chest, and straighten it down to the ground in front of you. Same thing, other side. Hug your left knee in and up. And exhale, crossing that knee across your body for a twist. Melt down into the mat here for just a moment. Then hug your knee back in and up to your chest. We'll end with one of my very favorite poses, Happy Baby. Reach through your legs, grab the arches of both feet. Pull your knees toward your armpits and lift the bottom of your feet up toward the sky. Let your tailbone press down into the mat. And then maybe like a happy little baby, you rock it out side to side. Or you play with straightening one leg or straightening the other. You guys should see the view from up here. It's adorable. When you're ready, go ahead and find your way to Shavasana. Let your feet fall straight out in front of you on your mat. Let your palms face up to the ceiling. Allow your eyes to close if that's comfortable for you. Allow your breath to just be natural. This is where it all sinks in. All the work is done. All the effort is over. Simply be present for 2.5 minutes. Relax every muscle and every joint. Be the audience on your mat, observing what's going on with you today. Without moving a muscle, begin to deepen your breath. Allow your fingers and toes to wake with gentle movements. Let your head rock from side to side. On an inhale, take your arms above your head for one last full body stretch. And as you exhale, turn over to your side, hugging your knees in, resting your head. We'll take this last moment of your yoga practice this evening to practice a little bit of kindness and gratitude. Tell yourself, thank you. Thank yourself for taking time out of your busy life to take care of your mind, your body, your spirit. Tell yourself, thank you for trying something new or showing up or putting in the work. Recognize the gift that is, and tell yourself, thank you. And when you're ready, make your way back to seated with your eyes closed and your hands at your heart. And we'll end our class together with 3 breaths. We inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bowing forward, we recognize the light, the spirit, the power in ourselves and every single person around us. Thank you so much for sharing your practice. Namaste. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. That's it, guys. Thanks. Thank you for making this an amazing success. Look around behind you. There's so many people here. We would love to see all of you at Yoga Heights. Check us out, yogaheightsdc.com. Check out With Love, and have a beautiful evening.